All right, guys. So what's happening? So today in this video, we're going to set up a Shopify store. If you don't know what Shopify is yet, it is the best e-commerce platform that there is, hands down, without any questions asked. I've been building websites since I was a little kid. I've used tons of different platforms long time ago, even more recently. I've tried them pretty much all, and Shopify is hands to none. So it's really no question about that. But I'm sure you already know what Shopify is. That's why you're watching this video. And it is a paid thing, paid subscription, monthly, yearly. However, it's well worth whatever package you decide to get. They have a low level package and a higher one. You really just need the low one for 99% of people. That's all they'll ever need, and you'll make that money back instantly. You can see here also that we have 3 months for $1 a month. I will put a link below to whatever the currently best deal is. This one's been running for a long time, for years, so it should still be the same. But like I said, use the link that I have for this, and it'll be whatever is currently the best deal that they're offering. Um, and you can actually set this up without launching, so you can build out your website before you even pay. Usually, I believe even before you even have to pay the 1 month or the $1. But so we're going to go through the whole process today and set up a Shopify store. There are tons of different ways you could set up a Shopify store, but we're just going to do like the basic setup. You can use Shopify for e-commerce, but you can use it for selling in physical stores as well, restaurants. You could build marketplaces on it where other people could list stuff and sell it. You could sell ticketed events. You can have a blog on it as well and content. So it's really a fully functional website and a way to accept payments. It comes with Shopify payments, so you don't even need to get a third party like payment processor to accept credit cards and all that. And it's already secured. You get an SSL, a site security for your website right off the bat built into it. So it's an extra step that you don't have to set up your SSL when you buy your .com or your domain, whatever you buy, .online, .shop, .store. There's tons of them now, and you can buy your domain separately. In this video, you'll see I do actually buy mine from GoDaddy because I've just been using GoDaddy, like I said, since I was a kid, 25 years plus now of building websites. But you can buy a domain name right within Shopify, so don't worry about that. It's pretty much the same price. But I will provide a link to GoDaddy as well if you do want to buy there. I just stick with them because all my stuff is already in there. But like I said, now Shopify, you can just buy it right within. You will have to buy one separately. It's like a couple dollars usually, depending on the name you choose. But it's really not much. Anyway, so we'll get started here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to build this website all the way through. So make sure to subscribe to the channel now, because I'm going to have continuation of videos of every step of how to set up your Google Analytics and connect your Facebook and social media accounts so that you can track advertising and Google ads and all of that. So subscribe, and we will have a playlist of all these different things, and also the different models. So there's e-commerce, there's drop shipping, there's low ticket drop shipping, there's high ticket drop shipping, there's actually just selling online your product and you're shipping it yourself. There's running, like I said, a store, a restaurant, like a physical store or a restaurant with your menu on it, or a ticketing website, or marketplace, et cetera, et cetera. So all of those are going to be set up differently. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I say subscribe because we will have playlists of kind of how to set up each one of those different styles of websites. And the great thing is you can combine like all these things together, which is actually what we're going to do ultimately in this website that we're building here. So let's get signed up here. And this is the website we're starting here. Verify that we're human. Alrighty. and create the account. We'll save that. And so you can see we got the $1 deal here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in all my information here, and we'll jump back on once I fill this out. Alrighty, guys. So we are in. I actually just ended up clicking the skip button on that and not putting in any credit card information, which you can also do, and that's why I wanted to do it, because most of you will probably want to do that. But basically, you get 3 days for free to build out your whole website, and you don't have to pay anything. And then within that 3 days, you have to pick at least a plan, and then I believe you don't actually have to start paying for it until you actually launch your website. So anyway, this is what it looks like when you get in, and you can see right here in the bottom right corner that I have 3 days left of my free trial, and then I will select that plan for 3 months for $1 a month. This will stay on here until I do that. As you build out the website, it's fine to be there for now, and then you'll do it to launch. But so here are all the different categories within the backend dashboard of Shopify. So I'll go through each of those, and then we'll jump into like actually building the website. But first, to know the lay of the land and what all these are for, so that you can get to the different areas, because you're going to use a few of these areas repetitively, and then some of them maybe just one time to set some settings and probably never really look at them again, and others you probably won't even use at all, even some. But so the homepage, pretty self-explanatory. You can go through these things, little tutorial stuff that help you out, but that's kind of what this video is too. Orders, also self-explanatory. There are none in here right now, so there's nothing to see, but it will have an order number, a date, product, and stuff like that. I will show you in another video what this looks like when it's populated. But do know that you can also create an order for somebody. If you want to email an order to somebody and invoice somebody, you can do that here. And this will also show you people that added stuff to their carts but then never checked out. So you can hit them with a follow-up email, or even call them if they provided their email or their phone number. It depends on the nature of your business and whatnot. And then you have these shipping labels, which is shipping is definitely its own kind of thing. But this is where you would add your shipping, or if you just do free shipping, you would still add that here and just put it for free. But they have some features. They partner with, as you can see, UPS and DSL and USPS. So there's various different things you can connect directly with, and apps that you can use like ShipStation and stuff like that, which we will also cover. Loads and loads of beneficial apps, free apps, totally free ones, ones that have both free and paid subscriptions, where I love to do things where we kind of manipulate and use all the free things from one app and maybe use free things from another app to combine them and make totally free experience. But we'll get into all that too, so do subscribe to see all those videos as well. Anyway, moving along, we got the products. So this is where all your products will be listed. You can import a Excel file of that is a bit more complicated. You have to have the Excel file set up in a certain way, and yeah, it's definitely a higher level skill within Shopify, but you can do that if you know what to do. We'll have a video on that eventually as well. But you can just manually add products. You can create collections of products where they're located on the website, or like the category of products that they are, of digital downloads or tickets or t-shirts. Your inventory, this is like your inventory of your products. It used to be kind of combined, now it's a bit separate. And then your purchase orders, same kind of thing as before. Transfers, this is if you're using this for physical locations. Most people watching this aren't going to be setting up like this if you're just selling online. But if you're using for physical locations, you can transfer your inventory between locations. So good for restaurants or physical stores where you have an online presence, and you also use your your online system to take orders at your physical store. And then gift cards, pretty self-explanatory. You can create a gift card for anything with percentage or certain products or the whole store. You can give them expiration dates, yada, yada, yada. There's tons of different categories. I'll do a whole video on setting up gift cards. That's where you do that. Back to the products themselves. You can add a product, and I will have a video specifically on products, but pretty self-explanatory to get the basics done. There are some tricky things in here with manipulating stuff using tags and your setup with variants when you have like different sizes and different colors and all that. But like I said, I'll get into the nitty gritty of that in its own product uploading video. Customers, these are going to be all the people, not just people that bought from you, but anybody that's submitted any type of information, even if it's just like they signed up and didn't even put their name or email or phone number or anything. It'll just retain like that there was a person, like maybe their IP address. But basically anybody that's like submitted any type of form within your website or interacted with you in any way, they will show up here, and you can categorize customers by the type of product that they bought, where they're from, anything you could think of. And that's what would be in segments. Segments are going to be those, and you can see they have some pre-populated ones with like the way people were purchasing, abandoned checkouts in the last 30 days. So they would have a segment, and then you would use that segment to send an automated email or text message, or if you have an app built from this, a push notification that would send different messages based off the type of customer that they are. Marketing, I'm not going to get too into this. We actually do things usually different. You usually do my marketing outside of the platform. However, this is where you would do marketing if you want to do it within. Much more technical shit, and we will get into that, and definitely in its own series of videos with marketing and stuff. Discounts, if you want to add a discount, same as kind of creating a gift card. Same ordeal there. Content, so this is where your blog posts come in, and you can have you can have multiple blogs. You can create different categories of blogs, one for technology, one for fashion, one for whatever, art. And now your files, your videos, and your photos that you upload, and then your menus. These are going to be your menus that are like across your navigation or across the bottom footer, or you can create other menus for different, maybe a menu that's different on a certain collection page. A collection of products might have a different menu than a different collection of products. So we'll get into creating different menus and placing them on different pages in another video, but that's where you create all those. And then your markets, this is kind of goes along with your shipping. You use your markets that you create to apply them to your shipping categories if you're having different shipping for different markets, or if you're having different priced products for different markets. So you could have a product that sells, in my case, in Thailand for a certain price, but in Australia or the UK or America, it's a different price, and it views as a different currency and different price for that currency. In your catalogs for that. This is not something that doesn't get used too much. Same with your finance, so pretty basic. It'll just have all your information as you get that information. We don't have anything to populate it right now. You can also use Shopify Credit as an additional service that they offer. This is where your payouts will be. You usually get them every day. If you get sales every day, you can see them in there, and paying your subscriptions and stuff like that, and if you have paid apps and stuff like that, go in here. Now your analytics, this is a spot a lot of people like to hang out, especially when you're new and you want to see people coming to your website. You can see your live view. You can see where people are coming in from. It's definitely fun at the beginning. We don't have any data populated to look at it, but you can see what pages people are on, what they're kind of doing on the site, and your total sales for the day and all that. So those are all the categories, and then this is your sales channel. Your first one and your one that you always start with is your online store. That is your Shopify store, your website. That's what we're going to build here, and they come with a bunch of free templates. You can get paid templates. I do have some that I recommend, depending on what type of website you're trying to build. But usually a free one totally works for most people. You can always get started with a free one and then buy one later. Sometimes it can get a little tricky when you have everything already set up a certain way and you got to move it. It's nice to just start with the beginning. If you're going to do a paid one and you know it, then just start now and build your website according to that template that you have. But you can totally do this at any time. And most things will convert fine. It's just some tweaking you might have to do because of additional features in the other theme that you bought. And then you have your pages similar to your blog, but instead of being blog articles, these are like pages. So you'll put your privacy policy, your terms of use, terms of service, your contact page, any other pages that you want to create. Maybe you just have some informational pages, your about you page, anything that's just a page that's not like a product page that you're not like, you don't need a buy button on, or a blog page where it's like in an article format. So we'll do the setup of that. You can manipulate these like to be however you want to build out your website to have like cool technical pages with coding and all that. And then the preferences, these I will get into. This is the very first start of the actual setup. So I'm going to start with this on the next video, but basically the most important thing in here is that you got to take this password off to access your website, which you can't do until you pick a plan. And then you do some meta description. This is like the description that's going to show up on Google when people search for your website. It'll be the description that's there. Same with this imagery and your title, which, you know, change my title to your best date time. But tours, accommodations, transportation, events. Yeah, you want to put some SEO. This is going to be like, I'll do a whole playlist and series about SEO specifically. You can see this is the section where that kind of starts. But these are going to be your keywords that people are searching for, and same with in here that you want to do. And then, of course, your language, but you can have it automatically detect it and all that. After that, you don't really have to get in here too much. But I'm going to do a deep dive into this nitty-gritty settings of each of these. And speaking of settings, so the last thing, with this page, is the settings. And so between the preferences that they call it that page and all of these settings pages, this is where you get all the very start of getting everything set up. And this is a lot of this is like a one-time setup, and you don't usually come back to most of it unless you have to make a change. But yeah, this is all your setup for the initial setup of the website, which I'm going to jump into all of these and the preferences in this next video. So just this video is just to kind of get acquainted with the dashboard, get you signed up. Like I said, use the link that I had before for the best deal that is currently available at the time you're watching this. And yeah, just keep following for the rest of the videos and the different playlists on each different kind of use case that you're going to use, and follow along with yours. And also do join our free Discord group that we have. I'll have that linked in the description below as well. We have a totally free Discord group, and you can join, ask questions with other people, and get set up, find other people that are kind of dealing with the same things as you. And I'm in there as well. You can talk to me. So yeah, thank you guys for this one. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.